Hello, can you hear me? Alright, hello. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Okay, so anyways, this is what we're gonna do, what I'm going to do today. Uh, there's roughly like, well, 700, pretty much, obviously. So what I'm going to do is just go down through every page and read them all. So, yeah. So at, uh, so at 5 p.m. when it reaches 5 on my thing, it should, I'll start reading it. Which is in near pretty much a minute now. We all know who's superior. Okay, pretty much a minute. Um okay, wait. Let me move that up there. Okay, and then alright. We got the sub goal that's very out of date. Let me okay, I'm at 840. Let's go. Yes, baguette. A baguette. Okay, 30 seconds. I'm scared because I checked out the first page, abilities, um, and it's really long. I don't know if I have to read everything out loud, so that's gonna be painful. Okay, okay, 10 seconds. If you wait, oh, nice. I hit 2,800 subs in like maybe like 2 weeks ago. Okay, and it's time. Abilities. No, I don't think so. Lumion Lumion abilities are special powers that. Ooh, thank you, Hat Guy, for the subscription. Lumion abilities are special powers that each Lumion possesses that can have effects on both in battle and in the overworld. Each Lumion species has one or two regular abilities and one secret ability, with the exception of Icicle, which has no secret ability. Lumions are born with their abilities, which can only be changed by evolution. For example, a fan cub with the ability Adorable will evolve into a Yearsoul with the ability Terrifying. Secret abilities can be rarely found through wild encounters, rallying, and Petrolith revival. Players with the ability Charm have an increased chance of acquiring a Lumion with the secret ability. Wild Lumion 0%, 256% with the Charm. Rallied 1256. It's basically the same for Rallied and Petrolith without the Charm, and then 128, 164, and 132 for the ability Charm, and then yeah. List of abilities. This is where it's gonna get difficult. Okay, Awakening. I'm gonna go through all the abilities first and then their descriptions. Awakening, Terrifying, Power Napper, Thriving Pace, Applied Frustration, Sharp Claws, Staunch, Brute Force, Confidence, Territorial, Neutralize, Dusk, Overshadow, Dawn, Illuminate, Circadian, Total Eclipse, Hasty, Defensive Priority, Mystery, Toxins, Flutter, Early Bird, Rev Up, Apprehension, Webbing, Coursing Venom, Woodsman, Drainage, Odd Husk, Premonition, Ambush, Bug Fever, Burglar, Ability Thief, Boast, Resilience, Lightning Rod, Radiance, Prismatic, Ungracious Host, Slimy, Communication, Noxious Weeds, Chaperone, Enchant, Sharp Focus, Clutch, Lazy, Protective Shell, Sharp Edges, Ignorant, Adorable, Scorching Skin, Temper, Vengeance, Combustible, Pyro, Volcanic, Virtuoso, Tone, Deaf, Immunized, Baneful, Parting Gift, Idiosyncratic, Contact Curse, Trash Armor, Frail Armor, Toxic Filter, uh, Handy, Tank, Power Jaw, Salvage, Specialization, Pincer Trap, Slick Shell, uh, Finesse, Quick Recovery, Bitter Touch, Combative, Driven, Overcharged, Anomaly, Surrogate, Swampy, Watcher Sly, Toxic Spines, Devious, Vivid Sight, Shakedown, Aqua Body, Vigorous, or, Caddy, Madcap, Sweet Touch, Sugar Rush, Lucky, Clingy, Hard Candy, Compliant, Glide, Vigilant, Guardian, Expertise, Enchanted Coat, Chill, Regift, Bursting Seams, Harmonize, Mean Spirited, Raging Fire, Rechargeable, Analyze, replicate, heavy fist, mysterious cloak, bloodsucker, nightmarish, and incandescent. Okay, let's go back to the top for like the descriptions. Okay. Increases attack type bonus for 25 to 50. Decreases melee attack of opponents in battle by 1 stage upon sending into battle. Regains 25% of the possessor's health when withdrawn from battle. Increases the possessor's speed when afflicted by a non-volatile status ailment. Increases ranged attack when the possessor's stats are lowered. Increases the strength of the possessor's contact moves by 30%. The possessor's stats cannot be lowered by other Lumians' attacks and abilities, which makes Ancient Roar fail. Removes secondary effects of attacks and increases their damage by 30%. The possessor is granted an immunity to flinching. Attacks deal 25% more damage to Lumians of the same gender as the possessor, but 25% less to those of the opposite. The possessor's non-typeless attacks are turned into typeless attacks and given 20% more strength. Increases melee attack by 50% if in a double battle an ally has the ability Dusk or Dawn. The possessor's typeless attacks are turned into dark type attacks, boosted by 20% and bypass total eclipse. Increases the ranged attack by 50% if in a double battle the ally has the Dusk or Dawn ability. Possessor's typeless attacks are turned into light type attacks, boosted by 20% and bypass total eclipse. The possessor's type changing between pure light and pure dark each turn. The possessor is granted immunity to light and dark type attacks, and it boosts his speed stat when hit by 1. Increases melee attack by 50%, but lowers the accuracy of the possessor's moves by 20. Thank you, Dat Dude Derp, for subscribing. Decreases the possessor's speed by 2 stages, while increasing their ranged and melee defense by 1 stage at the start of each battle. Lumians who land contact moves on the possessor have a 30% chance of receiving sleep, poisoned, or paralyzed status ailments. The possessor is granted immunity to weather damage and powder-based moves. Wake up from sleep twice as fast as usual. Increases the possessor's speed stat at the end of each turn. The possessor can sense if an opponent's attack is super effective against it. Lowers the attacker's speed by 1 stage when it lands a contact move on the possessor. The possessor is granted immunity to toxic type attacks and boosts the power of their own toxic types attacks 50% when hit by 1. Woodsman. The possessor is immune against plant type attacks and will absorb them to boost their melee attack stat. This ability increases the health gained from using health draining moves by 50%. Secondary effects of attacks will not affect the possessor. The possessor warns the player of opponent's moves with the highest strength. The possessor deals double damage if the target entered battle this turn. Increases melee attack when knocking out a Lumian with a bug type attack. The possessor takes an opponent's items when landing contact move on it. The possessor already had an item. The opponent's item is discarded. The possessor steals the opponent's ability when landing a contact move on it for the entire battle, replacing it with a blank ability. Increases the possessor's melee attack if it's greater than that of the opponent's, and decreases it otherwise. Increases the possessor's melee defense whenever the possessor is hit by an attack. The possessor is immune against light electric type attacks and will absorb them to boost their ranged attack stats. The possessor's light type attacks gain 10% chance to daze opponents. The possessor is immune against light type attacks and will absorb them to boost its light type attacks by 50%. When the possessor is hit by health draining moves, the attacker will take as much damage as they would have drained instead. Lowers opponent's speed stat by 1 stage when they land a contact move on the possessor. The possessor ignores the effects of moves done by allies in double battles, including damage. The possessor is granted immunity to plant type attacks and boosts power of its own plant type attacks by 50% when hit by 1. Protects allies in double battles of the same type as the possessor from having their stats lowered and inflict a status ailment. The possessor's moves have a 10% chance to daze the target. Moves that have less than 100% accuracy will be boosted to 100% accuracy, but will cost more energy, or 10% more energy. The possessor cannot be knocked out by one attack when at full health. The possessor's moves will always go last if it has the same priority as another Lumian's move in a turn. The possessor cannot receive critical hits. Lumians that land a contact move on the possessor will lose 1/8 of their health, max health. The possessor's attacks do not take stat modifiers into consideration. Lowers the opponent's melee defense stat when the possessor enters battle. Lumians that land a contact move on the possessor have a 30% chance to be burned. The possessor's ranged attack is boosted by 1 stage when its health falls below 0. or health falls below 50%. The possessor's damage for the next attack is doubled if the ally has been knocked out while the possessor is in battle. Works for single and double battles. The possessor is granted an immunity to fire-type attacks and boosts the power of its own fire-type attacks by 50% when hit by one. The base power and energy costs for fire-type attacks are increased by 50%. The base power of the possessor's fire-type moves are doubled. However, the possessor will not be able to make a move the next turn. The possessor's sound-based moves' energy costs are decreased by 50%. The possessor's sound-based moves' base powers are increased by 20%. The possessor is granted immunity to all status ailments. The possessor's attacks deal 20% more damage if the target is poisoned. The possessor leaves behind a gift that explodes on the opponent's when knocked out and deals a minimum of 1/8 of the opponent's maximum health. Yeah, I have a bottle of water right with me. The possessor's base melee and range stats are swapped compared to the other members of the species. When another Lumian lands a contact move on the possessor, the move will cost 50% more energy. The possessor's melee defense stat is increased by 50%. When hit by an attack, the possessor's melee defense is lowered by 1 stage and its speed will increase by 1 stage. Thank you, Luke Lebras, for subscribing. The possessor is granted immunity to toxic type attacks and will increase the power of its next air type attacks when hit by one. The priority of the possessor's support moves is increased by 1. The damage the possessor sustains from the first attack is halved. The strength of the possessor's biting moves is increased by 50%. The possessor may pick up items dropped by others on the battlefield if it does not already have one. The strength of the possessor's attacks are increased the fewer moves it knows. When an attacker lands a biting move on the possessor, it will become trapped until the end of next turn. Thank you, Chris, for subscribing. The possessor's range defense stat is doubled. Possessor's moves bypass any blocking moves. No, I'd rather not use spam on our Menti stream. I'd rather not. It would probably just annoy him. Okay, anyways, finesse. The possessor's moves bypass any blocking moves. The possessor recovers from all non-volatile status ailments when retreating. The possessor is hit when the possessor is hit by a contact move. The attacker will be unable to use that move for a few turns. Okay, we're getting close to the end of this one. When any of the possessor's stats are lowered, the possessor boosts its melee attack by 2 stages. When the possessor flinches, the speed is increased by 1 stage. The strength of all Lumian's electric type moves are boosted 30% when the possessor is on the battlefield. If the possessor's stats are lowered, they instead increase and vice versa. When the possessor's ally is knocked out, the possessor inherits that ally's ability. This applies in single battles when the possessor is sent out the turn after its ally fainted. The possessor's plant-type attacks have a chance of lowering the target's speed. If the possessor moves last in its turn, the strength of its moves will be boosted. The opponent's held items do not affect the possessor when attacking or being attacked. When the possessor is hit by a contact move, the attacker may become poisoned. The possessor's moves bypass the target's abilities. The possessor's moves have increased accuracy. The possessor reveals its opponent's held item. The possessor is granted increased resistance to fire-type moves and cannot be burned. The possessor's melee attack is boosted 50% when afflicted by a non-volatile status ailment. When an ally's item is used up or lost, the possessor's item is given to the ally. Recoil damaging moves are given a boost in power. If the possessor is hit by a contact move, there is a chance the attacker will not be able to select any other move for the next 3 turns. When the possessor consumes or loses its item, its speed is doubled. The possessor's moves have double the chances of inflicting its secondary effects. The possessor cannot let go of its item. The possessor's melee defense stat is boosted by 50%, and however, it's twice as weak to water-type attacks. The possessor will always perform the player's chosen move, even if restricted by conditions such as provoke. Gotta wait till I get 900 subscribers. The possessor gets a speed boost when any Lumion uses an air-type move. The possessor and its allies cannot fall asleep. The possessor reduces the damage an ally takes in double battles. The possessor's moves have their energy cost decreased by 25%. Super effective moves deal 25% less damage to the possessor than usual. The possessor's type attacks are turned into ice-type attacks and boosted by 20%. When the possessor is hit by the effects of a support move, that move's effect will instead be dealt on the attacker. When the possessor consumes its held item, it has a chance of regaining it at the end of each turn. An opponent that inflicts a status ailment on the possessor will also receive that status ailment unless immune. Wild Lumions will have a 50% chance of sharing the possessor's personality when the possessor is in the first player's party. The possessor's attacks are 20% stronger when the target is asleep. The possessor is granted immunity to fire-type attacks and restores 1/4 of their max energy when hit by one. The possessor is granted immunity to electric-type attacks, and it boosts its speed when hit by one. The possessor's melee attack stat is increased by 1 stage if one of the opponent's range defense is lower than its melee defense. The possessor's range attack is increased by 1 stage if the opponent's melee defense is lower than its range defense. The possessor copies the opponent's Lumion ability when sent into battle. The strength of the possessor's punching and slapping moves. Thank you, Amelia Blanco, for subscribing. The strength of the possessor's punching and slapping moves are increased by 50%. The possessor is immune to all damage that does not come directly from a move. The possessor's health-draining moves are boosted in strength. Any opponents that are asleep will take damage each turn. And finally, the possessor's light-type moves will deal 25% more damage. And I'll just list the references. Ability Charm, Long Train Studio, updated February 1st. It only took me 15 minutes to read the first. Wait, this is the same one. I'm skipping redirects. Ability Charm. Okay. This article is about the item. Ability Charm is a key item introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow that allows the user to encounter wild Lumions with secret abilities and increase the chance of rallying Lumions with secret abilities. To get the Ability Charm, you need to purchase Game Pass for 350 Robux. The Ability Charm has no effects in battle. This charm boosts the rate of encountering Lumions with secret abilities. We already read this thing, so I'm going to skip it. This peculiar charm causes Lumions with rare abilities to be attracted to its bearer. The secret ability rates were just changed a bit. So, yeah. Ability Thief. Ability Thief is an ability introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow. It is one of the signature abilities of the Klepp-type evolutionary line, the other being Burglar. In battle, the Ability Thief allows the possessor to steal the ability of the target, with the exception of Ability Thief and Circadian, by landing a contact move on it. Once stolen, the possessor will have the ability for the rest of the battle, while the opposing Lumion will lack an ability until the match is over. It has no effect outside of battle. Description is steal the ability of your target when you use a move that makes contact with them. It's a secret ability of the Klepp-type family, and then it no longer triggers Ability Thief. Ability stolen is now permanent for the rest of the battle. Possessors keep the ability, and other Lumion loses ability. Stealing ability change from knocking out target to landing a contact move on it. Okay, accelerates. Okay, Accelerate is a type of support move introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow. It's a support move, and only affects the user. The user's speed is increased by 2 stages. It Its description is sharply increase your speed. Albatross, Wisp Pup, and Rev 9 can unlock it at level 37, 32, and 35 respectively. And you in Skalava, Gexplode, and Eruptodon get it through rallying. Ace Disc. An Ace Disc is an item introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow. It can be purchased with an unlimited amount for 50 Robux at each of the Lumion goods store. To get it, you need to purchase it for 50 Robux each. Similarly to Capture Disc, Ace Disc can be thrown at opposing wild Lumions to capture it, however, it never fails. It has no effect outside of battle. A rare Capture Disc, they'll always capture a wild Lumion without fail. Features the same enclosed vivarium as the standard Capture Disc. Its icon was changed at V2.3 and it was added at 1.0. I wonder why they did the changes for like the icons at about a couple months after it was released. Okay, Adaptive Assault. This is a new one. Adaptive Assault is a melee move of varying type introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow. It's the signature move of Vari's evolutions. It can hit any selected target. It has 75% strength, 100% accuracy with an energy cost of 35. Adaptive Assault deals damage of the same type as the user. Depending on the type of the move, different effects may occur. If the move is typeless, there's a 1 in 5 chance to lower the opponent's melee defense by 1 stage. If this move is spirit type, there's a 1 in 5 chance to leave the opponent dazed. If this move is ancient type, there's a 1 in 5 chance to increase the user's melee attack. Description is the type and effect of this move varies with evolutionary strength, so the Lumion that uses it. It can be learned by Servalin, Wendelin, and Kirillin when it evolves. And it's stab for all of them. Admin. Oh, gotta just list all the administrators. Thank you, Gamer, for subscribing. Lumion Legacy Wiki has many bureaucrats, administrators, and moderators to enforce the rules effectively. Content and discussion mods have different rights to watch over different sections of the wiki. Administrators are 1 rank up, possessing additional powers to regulate and improve the wiki. Administrators are 1 rank through the wiki. Bureaucrats, who are usually the ones who announce policies and members, are the highest local rank in a wiki under the actual fandom staff and other global ranks. No, I didn't ignore you. I said your name. Don't be greedy. Okay. Please contact the following users if you have any questions regarding the wiki editing or anything else you would like to ask about. None of the members are related to Llama Train Studio. Bureaucrats are MX Danger, Billy Joe III, Weather Synchronized, and Jewel 7. L and administrators are L1242092, Skydust Mario, Aprogurgly, No Banana, Hades 126, Ultra Harves, and content moderators are Satplant Jinx 666, Kitten Chili 1234, The Dak Attack, Tasty Mooncakes, Professional Idiot, Donut 5162, Soso 17970, Brian Orange 1, Bread Octopus, Obsidian, and Initiate Cave. Discussion moderators are the Icebringer Lemur, Destro 50505, and Komisan Oh My Swirls. Former wiki staff bureaucrats are Kev Plays, Enderbros, Becca, Zombie Jockey of Minecraft Pocket Edition, Enracer, Celestial Cheese, Tiger Lord 04. Former administrators are Sir 1275, Test Subject 2500, A Pack of Smarties, Travestia, Sunset Kitten, iFoxy. Former administrators are former content moderators are Benaldi, I Am Best Duck, Robe Priority, Denny Does Gaming, Kerr Ludwig, Kintrant, Vopafall, Meeper Creep, Dark One Amethyst, Blue Waddle, Yoshi 808, and just foreign discussion moderators are Mega Gyarados, Bell Tortux, Surlu Vistel, Marshmallow Everyday, Shadow Flare 113, Godspeed My Friends, Looming Lack 3, and Tricky Tuna. Power comparison. Edit articles, yes, for all the bureaucrats, except SAC bureaucrats. Admins have all those, except promote SAC content mods and admins and promote bureaucrats. Content mods have that, except remove article comments, remove blog posts, manage discussions board, and make announcements, and suspend editing rights of users, edit navigation menu, edit CSS of the site, promote /SAC discussion mods, promote /SAC content mods, promote bureaucrats, and SAC bureaucrats. For discussion mods, they they don't have any of those. They have edit articles, create new articles, remove article comments, remove blog posts, manage discussion board, make announcements, warn users who vandalized and spammed, and auto-confirmed and newcomers have edit articles. Technically, bureaucrat ranks give no power other than promotion. However, bureaucrats always have the administrator role and can promote themselves like to do if they do not have it already. Okay, administration. Does this... Oh, it just goes back. Okay. Okay, adorable. Going back to the fast ones. Its ability introduced something like CV Shadow. When the possessor is sent out into battle, the melee defense of all opponents in battle is decreased by 1 stage. Adorable has no effects outside of battle. Description is, distract your foes with your captivating charm as you enter battle, lowering their melee defense. It can be, as a secret ability, it can be found on normal Phantom and Vari. As regular ability, can be found on female Calfnote, Mewtune, Goppy, and Zalio. For advanced disc. Advanced disc is an item introduced in Lumion Legacy. It can be purchased in an unlimited amount of 600 Lumi coins at any Lumion goods store after reaching level 20 in Trainer Mastery, and is 1.5 times as potent as a capture disc. Obtaining method: you can purchase at Lumion goods for 600 Lumi coins after reaching level 20 in Trainer Mastery. Behind the shipping container in Sylvan City, to the right and behind the Sylvan Battle Theater. Behind a hollow log in Route 5, behind Hayato's house, accessible by going between the Lumion goods store and a building to the right of Hewa Village. It's a random drop from the 2019 holiday event. Yeah, it is your bad. I did say it. Don't forget to... Oh, I just read that. I will hydrate after I finish this. Okay, I already finished it. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. In battle, similar to capture disc can be thrown at opposing wild Lumions for a chance to capture it. However, it is 1 point times this opponent as a capture disc. Advanced discs have no effect outside of battle. An upgraded capture disc with slightly better chance of capturing Lumions. Features the same enclosed vivarium as standard capture disc. Advanced disc was made available again at Lumi Goods store. Advanced disc is no longer obtainable from the gift boxes after the event ended. Advanced disc is made obtainable from gift boxes during the holiday event. Icon change. Route 5 was added with advanced discs in a box. Advanced disc was added to the game and obtainable from a box in Sylvan City. It was available at Lumion Goods store for 600 Lumi coins for players who got the Harmony Medal, but this was removed a day afterwards. Advanced disc basically goes back to it, so let's go to aim. It ensures the next attack will miss support, and it can hit adjacent enemies, and it has a 10 energy cost. It ensures the next attack will not miss. Description, is take a moment to focus your aim on the target. Your next move will not miss them. It comes from Charm Packer at the start. It can be learned by Shachi and Babor at level 10 and 13. And yeah, that's it. Let's go to Airblade. I can't wait till the majority of these are moves. Airblade is an air range type move introduced in Lumion Legacy Fields of Shadow. The user slashes the opponent with a rapid air current. This move lands critical hits often. The description for this move in each installment of Lumion Legacy is listed as follows. Slash your opponent with a rapid air current. Lands critical hits more often. It's a ranged attack. It can hit any selected target. And has 70 strength, 40 energy cost with perfect accuracy. It can be learned by Vambat, Dimpire, Avatros, Gabademic, Wimpor, Stratosaur, Pipsy, Daniel, Whippledrift, Nymeria, 31, 33, 41, 38, 36, 35, 30, 45, 44, 25, and 22. Then it's those in bold get stab boost. And Eaglet, Torpri, Valkyrie, Calthorn, Prope, Cinemoth, Dobo, Infernix. Can learn it through rallying. Sorry if there's any background noise. Air Essence. Oh, just redirects to Essence. An Essence is a held item introduced in Lumion Legacy Fields of Shadow. There are 17 Essences in this game, 1 for each type. Oh, I'm reading every single page on the wiki. I'm like 10 in right now. Okay, it can be purchased at the Coliseum Marketplace for 40 CP each. You can purchase at the Colosseum Marketplace. Essences increase the damage of moves in their corresponding type by 20% when held. Has no effect outside of battle. When held by a Lumion, its strength subs will boost the strengths of their type list. Fire type, water type. You get the idea. Essences were added and made available for sale at the Colosseum Marketplace. Air type. Okay. Air type. Super effective against fire, bug, and brawler. Not very effective against ice, electric, and metal. It's immune to earth. It resists bug and brawler. It's weak to ice and electric. Pure air-type Lumions include Twiddle, Paratweet, and Avatros. Partly air-type Lumions include Cinnamoth, Wimpor, Stratosaur, Pipsy, Dandelion, Whippledrift, and Emere. Air-type moves include Airblade, Air Whip, Cyclone Slam, Gust, Nosedive, Peck, Perch, Scout, and Second Wind, Wing Slap. Okay. You would be knocked out if I tried that. I probably will. We're like half hour in. This is probably gonna take like a good 20 hours. Air Whip is an air-type range move introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow. The user flies past its foes and whiplashes them, which creates a 30% chance for them to flinch. Critical hits land more often. Whiplash your foes as you fly past them at high speeds. Lands critical hits more often. It's a ranged attack with 60% strength and 35 energy cost. It hits all enemies. Availability is it can Twiddle, Paratweet, Terrafly, and Emere, can get it by leveling up, and it's stab for 3 of those. Okay, Accio. Battlestar Accio. To wield such power takes great effort and patience. To defeat it all, that's another thing altogether. It's his quote, I guess. He's a Battlestar. He's male. He's hometown is Hewitt Village. He has Cradle, Wispup, and Krakaloa. His specialist type is Fire. He only has the is it the Harmony Medal? Wisdom Medal, I think is what it's called. Battlestar Accio is the Battlestar of the Hewitt Battle Theater. He is the second Battlestar players must face in their journey in Roria. Upon victory, he gives the player the Wisdom Medal. He specializes in fire type Lumions and is the father of Hayato. History. Accio is the Battlestar of the Hewitt Battle Theater, which is built like a pagoda. In order to get to the Battlestar, players will have to solve puzzles in which they will have to push blocks or top fires on the tiles in order to put them out. Players may not step on a tile with fire and may step on a reset tile if necessary. Along the way, players will have to battle 2 of the trainers after each puzzle is complete in order to advance to him. After defeating the corrupt monks in Igneous Hollow and rescuing Hayato, Battlestar Accio rushes into the cave and explains the situation to the player. He then tasks the player with figuring out what is causing the monks to turn corrupt and sends them to the pagoda. Battlestar Accio has 3 Lumions on his team, all of which are fire types. While his Lumions do not possess too much of a threat, players should be aware that his Wispup's move Final Ruse can knock out the Lumion that takes it out on this round, and his Singe can inflict burn up to the player's Lumions. Yes, yeah, that Singe on Wispup is the only fire type attack on his entire team. I find that funny. After Accio is defeated, he gives player the Wisdom Medal and Lumiwatch app Controlled Burn. Accio wears a red robe with large sleeves, topped with a fluffy orange trim. He also wears baggy red and white pants, along with a pair of sandals and a fox mask. His hair is tied in a tight bun, and his face is never shown in battle. Battlestar Accio is a wise and respectable man who cares deeply for his son and people. His mannerism is always stern and professional, such as when he thanks the player after they rescued his people. Relationships. Accio cares deeply for his son and is grateful when the player rescued him. Accio appears to be a leader or a respected figure among monks of Hewitt Village, and like such, he rushed to help them when they are threatened. Oh no, we have all of his dialogue. Okay, not that much. Unfortunately, I believe you may be wrong. I came as quickly as I could. Is everyone alright? One of the monks ran into this town and collapsed right next to the battle theater. I was notified to rush to his side, asked what happened, and he recounted that some of the other monks of the pagoda became violent. He watched several of the monks chase you this way. On my way here, I caught up in a battle with one of our beloved elders who gone mad. I defeated him, and he seemed to come to his senses. He mentioned something crashed in the upper floor of the pagoda. Whatever it is, it must be the source of our problems. I don't believe so. I remember reading through some very old texts, stored away in the pagoda. Stories about a case very similar to ours long ago. It might be a good idea for me to find those scrolls and pore over them once more to see what I can learn. However, it is unsafe to enter the pagoda until we can first solve the case at hand. According to some of our monks, there are still several others inside who have turned. Experience against the dark force might be just what we need right now. What do you say, player? Will you help us figure out what's causing this mess in the pagoda? Excellent. I'm glad we can count on you. I'll go ahead and make preparations to ensure you can reach the pagoda. Ordinary citizens cannot normally access the pagoda without special permission, but this certainly warrants an exception. I'll have a word with the elders guarding the path so they know to let you through. The pagoda is at the top of the hill on Route 5. If you need anything, I'll be in Hiwa Village. Good luck. I'm counting on you. Okay, Hiwa before battle. You have done well to overcome many trials, purging the darkness from our sacred pagoda, saving my son when he was in dire need. You have earned much of my respect. Only thing you can earn from me is victory in battle, but I warn you, a victory will not come easy. Congratulations on your victory. You have proven yourself in many ways. You earned this. Gives player the wisdom medal. Hiwa Village has long regarded fire-type Lumians as a symbol of wisdom. To wield such power takes great effort and patience. To defeat it, well, that's another thing altogether. I'm very impressed by what you've been able to accomplish. I would like to award you at this time with my special LumiWatch application. Installs controlled burn app on the player's LumiWatch. With the controlled burn app, you will be able to scorch pesky briar bushes that block your path. I hope it will come in handy on your journey. And one last thing. Last we met, I mentioned an old scroll I've read before. The scroll which detailed a case similar to what we experienced at the pagoda. I found the scroll in the text tells of an ancient power that can turn the hearts of even the most noble of men. The rest of the scroll was tattered and torn out, and I was not able to make out the remainder of the story. Wherever you were up against, it sounds like a very old and evil power. Be careful going forward, young hero. I wish you the best of luck and hope that our paths may cross once again. Leaves the battle theater. He has Cradle, Wisp Up, and Krakaloa, which have Swipe, Dodge, Slash, Stretch, Final Loose, Singe, Spare, Swipe, Slash. TP yield is 1 range attack, 1 speed, 2 energy, 215, 226, 505 energy, no items. The abilities are Territorial, Scorching Skin, and Territorial, level 20, 21, and 22. Okay, let's continue. Battlestar Accio gives the player the following items: the Wisdom Medal, the Controlled Burn app. Accio's Krakaloa moveset change from Strike to Spare, Swipe, Dodge, and Slash. Okay. Alloy Disc. Or Voidstone Disc. I'm like really thankful that most of these redirect. Makes it so easy. Voidstone Disc is an item introduced in Legacy Veils of Shadow. Voidstone Disc can be purchased at Kel's shop and have 3.5 times the potency of a capture disc when used on Lumia with the conspiracy type. They have plain disc, flame discs, wave discs, blossom discs, terror disc, frost disc, shine disc, shade disc, web disc, alloy disc, draft disc, noxious disc, mental disc, ghost trap, martial disc, and archaic disc. You can get it for all of these, 1 brown, 1 green, 2 brown, 1 purple, 1 blue, 1 purple, 1 red, 1 purple, 1 brown, 1 blue, 1 yellow, 2 gray, 1 green and 1 yellow, 2 purple, 1 yellow, 1 gray, 1 gray, 1 blue, 2 yellow, 1 brown, 1 red, 2 green, 2 blue, 2 red, and 2 gray. In fact, in battle, Voidstone discs can be found at opposing wild Lumians in battle capture it. Each type of disc is especially effective towards one of the type of Lumians, having 3.5 times the potency of a normal capture disc. The capture rate is the same as that of a capture disc when used on a Lumian, which is not especially effective against. They have no way outside of battle. A unique kind of capture disc that was designed at capturing typeless Lumians is going to be fire, water, plant, earth, electric, ice, light type, dark type, bug, metal, air, toxic, mind type, spirit, brawler, ancient. They were added to the game at version 0.3.4. The frost disc is the only Voidstone disc whose ice type specific effectiveness cannot be used since no wild Lumians are currently ice type. The ghost trap is the only disc without the word disc in its name. Alpha Gleam. Okay, let me go down. A gleaming lumion is a rare kind of lumion that has an abnormal coloration and glowing aura. The differences of regular and gleaming lumions are purely aesthetic. Whether a lumion is gleaming or not has no effect on its stats. According to a resident at Town, there are two known variations of the gleam gene: alpha gleam and gamma gleam. This person offers a side quest to show her a gleaming lumion, which she will reward with a boost token. Hello, GTGV founder, Alpha Gleam. The variation of the Gleam gene can be found in any Lumion encountered through the wild, rallied, or received as a gift. The Alpha Gleaming Lumions have sparkle effects around them and have different colors. In addition to their unusual appearance, Alpha Gleaming Lumions can be identified as by a light blue symbol with the Greek letter alpha on it, or their summary page, are also marked with a blue marker in the trading UI. This variation of the Gleam gene can only be found in a Lumion species after the player completes the Lumion mastery for that Lumion. It can be found in any Lumion encountered through the wild or received as a gift, but not from rallying. Like Alpha Gleaming Lumions, Gamma Gleaming Lumions have different colors and a sparkling effect. However, they also have one of 32 variants and wisps that orbit around them. Wisp bottles can be used to change Gamma Gleaming Lumions wisp. Thank you for subbing. But cannot be used to change Lumions with a rainbow wisp or to create a rainbow wisp. In addition to their unusual appearance, Gamma Gleaming Lumions can be identified by a green symbol with the Greek letter gamma on their summary page, and are also marked with the green mark on the training UI. I can't trade with me right now. Maybe tomorrow at around this time. Because I don't want to really lose time on this, because somebody else, as far as I know, somebody else is probably doing this and may or may not be ahead of me, so I need to finish as fast as possible to win it. Base rarities are 1 in 4,000, 1 in 2,000, 1 in 206, 1 in 128 for the alpha, 1 in 20,000, 1 in 10,000, 1 in 1.2,000, and 1 in 640 for the gamma. When fishing, the odds of encountering a Gleaming Lumion are boosted by 25% if the player manages to complete all 3 puzzles before the bar drops below halfway. When this happens, a green ring will appear before the encounter. The following are the odds when receiving this bonus. Fishing bonus is 1 in 32. Oh yeah. I mean, I kind of stopped uploading for like a good month. If I hadn't done that, I probably would be at 1,000 by now. But yeah, okay. Fishing for gamma, it's 1 in 16,000, 1 in 8,000, 1 in 1,000, and 1 in 512. For alpha, it's 1 in 3,000, 1 in 1.6 thousand, 1 in 200, and 1 in 100. A green ring appearing around Jamie that signals the bonus. Gamma Gleaming Beginner Lumions. Gamma Gleaming Beginner Lumions can only be found by purchasing them from the Lumion Laboratory after completing their Lumion Mastery. As such, they are the only Lumions that can only be found using Robux. The table below displays the chances of getting at least one Gamma Gleaming Beginner Lumion with a given amount of Robux, assuming the player has the assuming a player has the Gleaming Charm and always has the Gleaming Counters times 16 boost active. The probabilities displayed on the table apply to the total amount of Robux spent if a player spends 10,000 Robux, but does not get a Gamma Gleaming Beginner Lumion, then his or her chances of acquiring one in the next 6,000 Robux is 31, not the 63 that would apply to spending 16,000 Robux in total. Oh, I mean, statistically, Gleaming Igneal is rarer than a Gleaming Stratosaur. The stats and stuff don't really matter for like Gleaming values unless unless it's like a PvP nature. So yeah. So overall, I'm pretty sure like you gotta win unless you prefer Stratosaur to Igneal. Okay, the 32 Gamma Gleam Wisp variants are here. The sparkles produced by an Alpha Gleaming Lumion when sent out or encountered. The sparkles produced by a Gamma Gleaming Lumion when it's sent out or encountered. Oh yeah. Levels don't really affect the value either. Okay. a corrupt Lumion with a wisp during the 2021 April Fool's Day event. Once sent out from their discs are encountered in the wild, gleaming Lumions produce sparkling trails in addition to the sparkles that normally surround them. The one produced by an alpha gleaming Lumion is a light blue and forms the shape. Thank you, Random Knight, for subscribing. That scared me. And forms the shape of the Greek letter alpha, while the trail made by the gaming gleaming Lumions of a greener shade of blue forms the shape of the Greek letter gamma. This trail is not produced when the Lumion that players mounting or walking is sent out, even if that Lumion is withdrawn and sent back out. For April Fool's Day, corrupt Lumions had wisps around them, making it look like gamma gleaming corrupt Lumions. Man, that sub goal thing is like 3 behind. On my phone it says I have 846. Okay, Ambush. We're getting to the easy ones now, thankfully. Is an ability introduced in Lumion Lucy Beals of Shadow. Ambush will double the strength of possessor's attacks for 1 turn if the target switches into battle while the possessor is battling. The boost will apply regardless whether the switch is forceful or voluntary. It has no effect outside of battle. Attack with double power if your target enters the battle. This turns regular ability on Terrifying Jolttooth. Amphaton. Amphaton is an electric mind type introduced in Lumion Lixie Beals of Shadow, is defined by Daxter AV. It evolves from Ampul, starting at level 20, and evolves into Antidote when a Thunder is used on it. Its base stats are 59, 59, 60, 81, 72, melee defense 61, and 64. Its abilities are Watcher, Specialization, and Sly. Its electric and mind type. Height is 2'7", 35 pounds. Its XP group is medium fast, and rally speed medium fast. Evolution, yada yada yada. Design by Dexter Avi, introduced in December 12th. It can be found by evolving Ampul at level 20. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did put this on myself. It has no major weaknesses. It's weak to water, dark, bug, earth, spirit. Resists light, electric, air, metal, brawler, or mind. Its normal effectiveness against fire, plant, ice, toxic, ancient, and typeless. Can learn Flabbergast, Quick Pounce, Jump Start, Precision Bolt, Thunder Strike, and Cerebral Slash. It can learn Deja Vu, Mega Punch, Piece of Mind, Slap Down by Rallying. Oh. Time. Oh, bottom of me. What do you mean by, time it is? Well, right now, for me, I'm 45 minutes in. So anyways, it got Rallying. By move manual, it learns Barter, Dodge, Hypnotize, Ill Will, and Thunder Strike. And Prior Evolution learns Strike, Static Shock, Stretch, Spare, Tase, Thunder Slam, and Power Focus. Not really. There really isn't one strongest Lumion. Several are good in different situations. And plus, all of them fill different roles. So, there really isn't one strongest. I would just recommend, if you're going for, a playthrough team, just using the ones you like. I already said its base stats. Its mastery is Capture 5, earn 20k experience, Paralyze 10 Lumions, knock out 15 Lumions with super effective move. Its name is a portmanteau of Amphibian and Electron. Pearson type. It also may include the word Ampere using measuring electrical current. Using its charged electricity, Amphaton can release power and jump over 100 feet vertically in the air. Okay, the Lumions aren't going to be the best. Okay, Ampul. This should be a bit easier and shorter. Is an electric type Lumion introduced in Lumion Lixie Beals of Shadow, is defined by Daxter AV. It evolves into Amphaton starting at level 20, which evolves into Antidote when a Thunder Fruit is used in it. It's Tadpole Lumion. Its base stats 44, 33, 35, 69, nice, 55, 41, and 42. It's an electric type. Its abilities are Watch, Specialization, and Sly. It has 1'1", 8 pounds, 1 TP yield of 145, base XP. It's a medium fast and medium fast for both of those. It can be found on a wild encounter on Route 8. It's weak to water and earth. It resists electric, air, metal. Its normal effectiveness is fire, plant, light, dark, ice, bug, toxic, ancient, spirit, brawler, bind, and typeless. It learns Strike, Static Shot, Stretch, Spare, Tase, Thunder Slam, Power Focus, Quick Pounce, Jump Start, Precision Bolt, and Thunder Strike. I can learn Deja Vu, Mega Punch. What was that? I did not know what that was. Deja vu, make a punch, piece of mind, slap down. Through rallying by move manual, learns barter, dodge, hypnotize, ill will, and thunderstrike. The already set space stats, already set mastery. Impulse, spherical lumion that resembles a tadpole. It has small yellow dorsal fin as well as a larger yellow caudal fin around a striped green and blue tail. The yellow fins symbolize electricity, referring to impulse typing. Its body is a sky blue color and its face consists of two simplistic dots for eyes and a small pink mouth. Two small limbs are visible near the bottom of Ample's body. Ample's name is portmanteau of Ampere, the metric unit of current, and a tadpole, a larval stage of amphibian. Description is these lumions live close to ponds and lakes. Amples gather together in large numbers and together can discharge 10,000 volts of electricity. Okay, I'll turn my mic up. Is this better? It's available in all the games. It's tied with Cathor and Pipsy Mochibi for the shortest lumion. Oh, is my microphone better? Like, is it loud enough? Okay, for Analyze, it's an ability, it's one of the signature abilities. Protagon, with the other being Replicate. The possessor's range attack is increased by 1 stage if the opponent's defense is lower than its melee defense. Range defense. The possessor's melee attack is increased by 1 stage if the opponent's melee defense is lower than its range defense. If both defenses are equal, the chances of the attack will be randomized. Description reads: identify whether the opponent's melee or ranged attacks and weaker and boost their own respective attack. It's a regular ability for Protagon. Okay, we're not even past the A's. For Essence, we already read the Essence. Ancient Instinct. Ancient Instinct is a support move introduced in Lumion Legacy. Increases either the user's melee attack or its speed stat by 2 stages, chosen at random. Description is randomly boost either melee attack or speed by 2 stages. Its energy cost is 25 and its support move. It's a level up move. It can be learned by Kyogre, Durogo, and Protagon. An Ancient Roar. Okay, you're welcome. Ancient Roar is an ancient type support move introduced in Lumion Legacy's signature move of Zulong. The user unleashes a fierce roar that reduces the opponent's melee and ranged attack by 1 stage each, however, forces the user to retreat. Fails if the user is trapped and if the opponent uses dodge in succession, or the opponent possesses the Staunch ability. Support move with 50% energy cost only affects the user's. Description is threaten the foe with a fierce roar that lowers their melee and range attack, and then retreat to allow another Lumion on your team to take their place. It can be leveled up. Zulong gains it on evolution. Its energy cost was moved from 30 to 70, and then 70 to 50. Man, I can't imagine how that was just a 70. Okay. Ancient Scepter is an item introduced and it can be purchased in the battle shop at 48 CP. Each Ancient Scepter can only be used for 1 evolution. You can get it by purchasing it, and then or you can get it for reaching level 51 in Trainer Mastery. It has no effect in battle. Overworld, it evolves a Pyramid into Ferroglyph. An old mysterious artifact. Legends say it can be used to evolve certain Lumion, and it's awarded for Trainer Mastery. Okay, can we? I probably won't be able to get past the A's in the first hour. I'm not gonna lie, it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. It's ancient type is super effective against ancient spirit. It's not very effective against light and metal. It's immune to nothing. It resists fire, water, plant, electric, and spirit, and it's weak to light, metal, and ancient. There are 4 pure ones. There's Igneal, Chrysite, Obsidian, and Kirlin, and then partly are Zulong, Vocaloa, Pike, Scala, Kazalio, Joltooth, Dobo, and Fernix, Kyogre, Durogo, Ceratot, Trepidon, and Colossotrops. Its moves are Ancient Instinct, Ancient Aurora, Bane of Haste, Beast Lumber, Confound, Dino Claws, Elemental Burst, Primal Slash, Savage Great, Shrewd Blast. Okay. Anomaly. It's an ability. It's one of the signature abilities of Kyogre line, other being Surrogate. If when the possessor's stage would increase, they decrease instead of vice versa. During battle, when this Lumine's stats should increase, they instead decrease, and vice versa. Its ability is Kyogre and Dorogo as and then Antidote. Antidote is a medicinal item introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow that can be given to any Lumion to cure a poison or a bad poison. It can be purchased in an unlimited amount for 100 Lumion coins at any Lumion goods store once unlocked through a side quest that requires the player to show a Cinnamoth to an NPC en route to purchase it. It can be used in battle to remove the poison status ailment, taking a turn to do so, and it's just the same thing. This medicine cures Lumion of poison when administered. And yeah. Okay, Ansi. Ansi is a plant bug Lumion that introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils. Shadow evolves into Florence right at level 22. Its base stats are 55, 25, 40, 20, 43, 60, 60, and which total to 303. Its abilities are Mystery Toxins, Woodsman, Drainage. Its height is 1/3, weight 12 pounds. You get 1 range defense from defeating it, 156 XP from defeating it. Its XP group is fast, and rally speed is fast. Can be found on a wild encounter at Gale Forest during the daytime. Its major weakness device, it's weak fire, air, toxic brawl. It resists water and electric. Majorly resists plant and earth. It has an immunity of light, and its normal effectiveness to dark, bug, metal, ancient, spirit, mind, typeless. If it has Woodsman, the plant goes to immune. Its moves are Dottle, Gnaw, Bug Bite, Burrow, Take Root, Pine Shot, Pestilence, Pester, Persitize, and Nature's Force by rallying against Gain Drain, Life Drain, Pharaoh Blast, Poison, Wonder Herb. By move manual, it gets dodge. We only set its base stats. Its mastery is 20k experience, capture 5, rally 20, knockout 10. Characteristic 6 are red body with an orange hand with a darker tone in its upper quarter. Its mouth is W-shaped and its eyes are black with white pupils. It has 4 green legs and 2 green leaf-shaped antennae. It has its appearance is based on ant. The name Ansi is portmanteau of ant and seed, referring to its species and type. It also may refer to the word Ansi, meaning impatient or restless. Its description is: Ansi live in underground colonies in large numbers. They vibrate, producing a loud noise that scares off would-be predators. Trivia: Ansi has the lowest base speed stat of all Lumions so far, with that being 20. Ansi is the counterpart to Pyder. Ansi, Pyder, and Tree are the only Lumions to appear at specific times of day. Oh, nice. Ansi, not its evolution, is a alpha root rare. Its evolution, Florant, isn't anymore because it got released on a newer route. So, yeah, I would it's worth it's worth more than average alpha. Okay, welcome back. Applied frustration ability. When one of its possessor stats are lowered, its ranged attack will increase by 2 stages. When any of your stats are lowered, it focuses your anger. To sharply boost your ranged attack, it can get it by Eaglet, Torpor, Falconry, Metronet as secret ability. It's the ranged counterpart of combative. Okay. Apprehension. It's an ability introduced in the Legacy Veils of Shadow. Apprehension allows the possessor to warn the user before an attacking phase at the start of its turn of an opponent Lumina has an attack that is super effective against it. It has no use. You get uneasy when you detect a foe that has a move that is powerful against you. Its ability is found in Pyder, Swolder, Kleptyke, Ragan, and Goppy, and Pygo, Swimp, and Vari. Yes, I'm still gaming. Okay. I seriously underestimated this. At this rate, it's gonna take maybe like 20 hours, maybe like 24. Game events, their special periods like holiday and unusual appearance. Event lumens can be identified by a yellow symbol with the Greek letter epsilon on their summary page. A yellow marker can also be identified on the trading UI when showing an event lumen. 2021 April Fool's Day. Places such as Ignis Hall and Pollute Corp received weather even though they are locations which are inside and should not under normal circumstances receive weather. Normal circumstances. Corrupt lumens now appear with wisps. Additionally, the textures of the game as a whole were heavily simplified. No, they were not simplified. They just removed the textures entirely. Antics from the previous year also carried over. This includes Twilight being much larger, Icazoo transforming into a miniature form of the pagoda. NPCs was also face away from the player if they were talked to. Weather during the corrupt lumen with a wisp, rally range with simplified textures. Man, this is a pretty long page. Okay, let's go. The 2021 Valentine's Day event brought an exclusive version of Fan Cup that can be found anywhere in Aurora with a 1 in 100 chance. The event Lumion has one exclusive move, Heartbreak, and can be evolved with the use of a Sweet Jar. On February 25th, the second part of this event brought the Sweet Retreat, which can be accessed using the RTD, a cake baking minigame, and 9 new Lumions: Cut Point, Kaganash, Mochibi, Chodomochi, Mocho, Worm, Odasho, Spreezy, and Naimare. Okay, if I get to the best Lumion, okay. On March 10th, third part of the event allowed the Haganash Saddle and Sweet Jars to be purchased, introduced evolution to the event Fan Cub Ear Snack, and adjusted some baking mechanics of the Sweet Retreat. Delicious cakes were reduced in price from 200 to 150. The event released a week after that update. Wild Lumens are a Fan Cup, which is 1 in 100, can be found anywhere. Other ones are Mochibi, Worm, and Cupoink, which are common, uncommon, and rare. Sudden Counters, Nightmare, you can have a limited amount of them. Yeah, and these are the rarities. Right. Items you can get are full heart discs, broken heart discs, chocolate bars, delicious cake, birthday candle, Sweet Star, Haganash Saddle, and training gummy. No, I will not give you Gamma unless you win giveaway. Which probably won't be for a good couple hours. What? My subscriptions went down. I was at 146 and now I'm at 140. I find that funny. See, I must be a YouTube thing. Training them in a 2020 holiday event. The 2020. Yes, I'm still going strong. The 2020 holiday event introduced a new location, Jolly Village. Oh, we're an hour in. Let's go. That could be accessed using the RTD. It brought Icicle back with 3 new color variations and added 2 new Lumions, Festifer and Wobblisk, as well as a variant of Cradle. Wait, when I'm done with this page, I'm probably gonna ask a question on the wiki itself. A 2020 holiday event introduced a new location, Jolly Village, that could be accessed using the RTD. It brought Icicle back with 3 new colors and variations and added 2 new Lumions, Festifer Wobblisk, as well as a variant of Cradle. This event also included an event variant of Icazoo. All of these Lumions can be obtained at the Jolly Village with the exception of Festifer, which is evolved from the Holiday Cradle. When it holds decorative lights while trading. A trading game, the Great Gift Exchange, can be played with up to 7 other players. In the game, each player is given a gift and receives clues about the context of different gifts. Players can choose to protect their gift or attempt to steal another one. This game is the only method of achieving Jolly Cookies, a currency for Mr. Jolly. On December 30th, an update added a new shop selling rare items for Jolly Cookies. Gleam chances for Icicle and Rainier Icazoo are Cradle is common. Icicle is 1 in 90. That Ranger Icazoo 1 in 2000. Wobblisk is roaming. Gleam chances for Icicle and Reindeer Icazoo were doubled for the event. Items you can get: Jolly Cookie, Coal, Gate Key, Snowflake Disc, Decorative Lights, and Icazoo Saddle C. Okay, we're getting there to the end. 2020 Halloween event included 2 new Lumions, Waka Waka Metronet, 6 event variants of Dusket, and 1 event variant of Kabunga. All of these Lumions can be obtained at Dr. Halloween's Nightmare, with the exception of Waka Waka, which is evolved from Halloween Kabunga. The Nightmare Realm could be accessed by going to a Pollute laboratory at the side of the entrance of Sephirite's Battle Theater, then hopping through a portal after talking to Dr. Halloween. The player was tasked with vanquishing a being, Metronet, that has been haunting Dr. Halloween's dreams. To access Metronet, the player must first collect 25 spooky treats from jack-o'-lanterns scattered in a pumpkin patch to the left of the manor. When asked by Metronet to give it more candy, the player must decline to initiate the battle. Otherwise, he or she will have to collect another 25 treats to have another chance. And if the player still accepts, it'll be an infinite loop. The battle can be done multiple times if the results are not satisfactory. After the battle, the player's spooky treats are returned. The player can use them to purchase items at Dr. Halloween's Sweet Exchange. Lumions are Kabunga, which is uncommon, Dusket, which is the 1 in 2000, and Metronet, which is a roaming. Items are Spooky Treat, Spooky Disc, Nightmare Orb, and Metronet Saddle. First anniversary event included the event to get closed in celebration of the game's 1-year anniversary. The variety of geckos with different color variations were able to be found anywhere in the wild. This was due to geckos starting to eat other minerals. The Gleaming Encounter 16 times Lumi boost is quadrupled to 64 times with Alpha Gleam event geckos, while the Gleaming Charms boost is doubled to 4 times. By showing a gold version to an NPC in Route 6, next to the Route 7 gate, players would be given a saddle for riding El Iguana. The event lasted until the Sephirite City update, which was on August 1st. Lumions are Geklo, which is the Bronze, which is 1 in 100, Silver, which is 1 in 250, Geklo 1 in 500, Emerald 1 in 2000, the Ruby one, which is 1 in 5,000, Sapphire, which is 1 in 10,000. So yeah, at best odds, the Gleaming Sapphire was like 1 in 160,000. That's insane. Rainbow Twilight Giveaway. During the 2020 Rainbow Twilight Giveaway, Lumion Legacy developers gave a rainbow form of Twilight to active members of Lumion Legacy Discord server once every day, with the exception of June 5th, where 5 were given away. To participate in the giveaway, members must have chatted actively for 7 consecutive days. It was likely done to celebrate Pride Month. April Fool's Day. Some of these were transformed in accordance with April Fool's Day. In particular, Twilight became much larger, and Ikezen transformed to a miniature form of Pagoda. Additionally, NPCs would face away from the player if they were talked to. I think we're nearing the end. Yeah, we're at the end. 2019 holiday events. During the 2019 holiday event, presents with rare gifts inside spawned randomly across the entirety of Aurora. Blue gifts are the most common with 85% spawn rate, while red, yellow, green, and indigo have a 3.75 spawn rate. Each presence could be activated by all players on the server. However, each player who opens presents gets their own randomized reward. A jingling sound effect can be heard whenever another present spawned, or the player entered a loading zone where a present had already spawned. Multiple locations can be part of the same loading zone. Route 3, Galvanite Cave, Sylvan City, Ignis Hollow, Hugh Village, and Route 6 are all single locations within a loading zone, while Chishma Town is combined with Gale Forest, and Route 2 and Route 5 is combined with Hugh Cemetery. Route 1 is combined with Midas Town and Midas Dig Site, but gifts only spawn within Route 1. Gifts always spawn in the open, never indoors or in any building. Presents are appearing all over Aurora with rare gifts inside, but where are they coming from? You can find them anywhere in Lumion Legacy from now until the end of December. On December 23rd, an additional update was made which featured Ragoon in its holiday form as a rare encounter. There are 5 different color variations of icicles: red, yellow, green, blue, and indigo. They are only available to spawn from the gifts the same color. It's not possible to have a secret ability version of them. There's they're common gift box, and Ragoon is 1 in 1,000. You can get CP, Lumicoin, training gummies, advanced disc, hyper disc, thunderfruit, and coal from each presents. Training holiday events included variations of Slug and Shachi, which are 1 in 300 and 1 in 500. Okay. Okay, that's done with that horrible one for a game event. Now we're back to the easy ones, hopefully. Hopefully. Aqua Body. Aqua Body is an ability introduced in Looming Lucy Veils of Shadow. It's one of the signature abilities of the Hydrini evolution line, other being Visible Sight. Aqua Body grants the possessor regular resistance to fire type moves. It makes the possessor immune to being burnt. Has no effect outside of battle. Can be hit, takes reduced damage from fire type moves. Cannot be inflicted by a burn. Get Hydrini, Bezaldu, and Dilodrix all have this as a secret ability. Aqua Jaws is a move, a water type move. It has 90% accuracy, 85% strength, or 65 strength, and 38 energy cost, 0 priority. User bites down the foe, reducing its melee defense by 1 stage. The description is bite down hard on the foe. This also lowers their melee defense. Pike, Skillick, Wild Owl, Blowtalk, Swimp, Snapper, Garlash, Hydrini, Bezaldu, and Dilodrix all get this by level up, and Cephalops gets it by rallying. Okay. Pygo is a water type Lumion. It evolves when using a glimmering scale on a Goppy. Its base stat total is 577. Its abilities are finesse, apprehension, quick recovery. You can evolve it by using a glimmering scale. Its weaknesses are plant, electric, toxic. Resistances are fire, water, ice, metal, and the rest of those are normal effectiveness. Its moves are Hydra Slash, Strike, Dawdle, Spray, Flurry, Chomp, Stare, Body Slam, Water Bomb, Rant, Eerie Stare, Slate Shot, and Tsunami. It can learn Dark Surge and Frost Beam through rallying. It can also learn Dodge, Ill Will, Rejuvenate, and Thunder Strike via move manual. Through his mastery, acquired capture 10, knockout 20, earn 20k experience, and rally 20. Biology has a body shape similar of the Arapaima, a freshwater fish in the Amazon rainforest. It has a combination of yellow, red, and orange scales all over its body, along with red fins and yellow whiskers. It's rightly based on that whatever that fish was. Our Pygo scales are highly coveted by collectors. While some colors are worth more than others, their shine also weighs in on their value. Okay, those look pretty pog. Probably the best looking one to me is the this one, because the rest just all look like strapped on meshes or textures. Just like this one like looks like the most bestest. Like the rest is just like it's just strapped on textures. Our Pygo and Goppy currently have the most forms out of it. And you in the game at 39. This is gonna take a while. Okay, before I do that, I'm probably I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Okay, I think we're on Archaic Disc. Oh, we already read this page. Attack damage. Calculation, it's a loss of Lumia's health due to move use against the whatever this thing is level of the attacking Lumian power is the power of the move based on being the base power of the move with the applied effects of the items and abilities that the Lumian may possess, such as Power Cuffs, Dawn, and Ambush. Attack is the relevant attack stat of the attacking Lumian, being melee or ranged depending on the attack's type. Ignores negative stat modifiers if the move is a critical hit. Defense stat modifiers are calculated using the following formats. Targets is 0.75 if the move is targeting more than one Lumian in a double battle. Well, that's interesting. Critical is 1.5. The move's critical type effectiveness can be 0, 0.25, 0.5, 2, or 4, depending on the type of the move. And the target's bonus is 1.25. If the type of the move, much like the attacker burn, is 0.5 of the attacker's burn, and the move is a melee move, and 1 otherwise. Random is a random number between 0.8. 5 and 1, that's an example. Imagine a level 50 Albatross with a melee attack stat of 20. Uses Cycle and Slam on a level 50 Fan Cub with a melee defense stat of 100. It's not burned, not holding an item, and does not land a critical hit. First level. Yeah, the math stuff. Damage scaling the level, the power move, the relevant attack stat of the attacker. Doubling any of these without changing to others will result in double the damage. Additionally, the damage is inversely proportional to the relevant damage stat of the target, so doubling it will result in half of the damage. In practice, doubling the level of a Lumian will make it deal 4 times as much damage, as attack is almost directly proportional to level. This Lumian will also receive 0.5 times as much damage, as defense is also almost proportional to level. However, since the Lumian with double the level will have slightly more than 2 times as much health, as health is not directly proportional to level, this means that doubling the level of both the attacker and defender will result in the defender losing a smaller portion of their health. This effect is that in the Colosseum, it's easier to knock out Lumians in a level 50 battle than a level 100 one. Attack Training Gummy. Training Gummy is a medicine item. There's newly you can purchase that Colosseum Marketplace for Steam each. You can get them at the Battle Shop. You can get it from Dr. Halloween and get it from Trainer Mastery. There's one of every stat. You can also get it from Random Drop on the event. Purchase from Mr. Jolly and purchase from the head chef. They have no effect in battle. However, when used in the overworld, they can have effect in future battles. Increases the TPs by 10 points depending on whatever stat gummy you use. Tasty treat enjoyed by Lumians increases a Lumian's blank training points when consumed. It's all that for everything. They were pretty much made available for different things, and then they were no longer available. Added. Okay. Okay, we're almost to the end of A. I gotta reply. Okay. Okay, let me just... Okay. So I have to read it entirely. Okay. Moves are actions Lumians can take in combat to attack an opponent or support themselves. Most moves can be obtained by leveling up, but also can be obtained through move manuals, move reminder, or rallying. The move leader can help. Forget moves. They have different stats: strength, action, energy costs. Strength means how strong an attack move. Accuracy is what is the likelihood it will hit, and energy costs how much energy it takes. Move category, there are melee, ranged, and support moves. Melee moves use the melee attack stat, and range moves use the ranged stat, and support moves don't use any attacking stat at all, and however they impact the battle in other ways. Move priority, some moves take more priority than others, ranging from 0.7 to +2 that turns the order that the Lumians make their moves in a turn. The majority of moves have a priority of 0. Moves with higher priority will always go before moves with lower priority value. Both Lumians use a move with the same priority in their turn. The Lumian with a higher speed goes first. Miscellaneous moves. Moves, weight recovers 1/3, rest recovers 2/3. If Lumion does not have enough energy to use a move, but is told to do so anyway. Flail and Exhaustion, dealing a typeless move of 40 strength towards the opponent, while consuming all the user's energy and dealing 1/2 recoil damage. Priority will be the same as the move try to use. In double battles, Flail hits a random opponent. If Lumion is dazed, it has a 1/3 chance of attacking itself with a typeless move of 40 strength. This is pain. Listed moves are Accelerate, Aim, Bartered Battlehorn, Bequeath, Body Slam, Brace, Dawdle, Dissonant Chord. Dodge, Ear Slap, Eerie Stare, Examine, Gnaw, Growl, Harmless Chord, Headbutt, Ill Will, Pounce, Power Focus, Quick Pounce, Raging Tackle, Rainbow Blast, Rejuvenate, Repeating Tune, Resonate, Scapegoat, Slash, Spare, Squawk, Stare, Stretch, Strike, Swipe, Tail Slap, Tone Barrier, Blaze, Chomp, Burn Up, Fiery Fire Breath, Fire Slam, Flaming Kick, Lava Slash, Magma Block, Magma Burst, Phoenix Flame, Pyrokinesis, Raging Flame, Rapid Fire, Singe, Aqua Jaws, Douse, Geyser, Hydro Slash, Maroon, Marsh Wave, Piercing Dive, Soft Water Spray, Submerge, Tsunami, Vicious Snap, Water Bomb, Briar Block, Bushwhack, Coconut Bomb, Fungus Curse, Leaf Barrage, Life Drain, Nature's Force, Nature's Rage, Petal Pummel, Photosynthesis, Pine Shot, Sap Plant, Snore Spores, Static Spores, Take Root, Timber Thrash, Trip Root, Wonder Herb Disperse, Energy Surge, Flash and Flee, Flash Pulse, Gamma Pulse, Light Dash, Luminous Roar, Luster, Magnifier, Radiant Forecast, Shine, Baffle, Bamboozle, Blood Drain, Charade, Chase Down, Chomp, Dark Surge, Dive Bomb, Egglob, Gain Drain, Loom Fangs, Mega Chomp, Pilfer, Provoke, Rant, Sharpen, Slap Down, Soul Drain, Square One, Talent Trade, Tease, Chili Chomp, Flurry, Frost Beam, Frost Punch, Ice Hammer, Icicle Trap, Peppermint Breath, Sleet Shot, Snow Dozer, Winter's Fury, Electro Burst, Electro Punch, Energized Jumpstart, Power Siphon, Precision Bolts, Static Shock, Storm Summon, Tase, Thunder Chomp, Thunderclap, Thunder Slam, Thunder Crash, Thunder Strike, Airblade, Air Whip, Cyclone Slam, Gust, Nosedive, Pack Purge, Scavenge, Second Wind, Wing Slap, Bug Bite, Battering Ram, Clamp Claw, Double Sting, Molt, Mystic Breeze, Parasitized, Pester, Pestilence, Blast, Web Shot, Boulder Blast, Burrow, Clay Slap, Earthquake, Muck Buck, Mud Spatter, Quicksand, Yeti's Wrath, Canister Burst, Corrode, Gobble Goop, Graffiti, Muck Blast, Oil Leak, Paint Shower, Poison Barb, Slime Stings, Toxic Spores, Toxic Tail, Venom Chomp, Bash, Clamp, Dart Burst, Double Whack, Heavy Bash, Holy Slash, Metal Burst, Metal Shriek, Metal Swipes, Reflection Burst, Complete Demolition, Searing Steel, Metal Crusher, Steel Trap, Tune Up, Ancient Instinct, Ancient Roar, Bane of Haste, Beast Slumber, Confound, Dino Claws, Elemental Burst, Primal Slash, Savage Greed, Shoot Blast, Final Ruse, Ghostly Howl, Impersonate, Oppress, Phantom Slash, Revival, Shadow Sprint, Spectral Burst, Startle, Stupefy, Brawn Boost, Bulk Up, Chop, Heartbreak, Hop Kick, Jungle Jutsu, Mega Punch, Quick Punch, Rough Up, Brainwash, Cerebral, Slash, Deja Vu, Energy Gift, Flabbergast, Foul Chant, Health Gift, Hypnotize, Mind's Eye, Memorize, Peace of Mind, Cycle Slap, Return to Sender, Telekinetic Sweep, Adaptive Assault, and a Gloomious Roar. Wow, that was pain. Okay, Avatros now. We're almost to be, and we're an hour and a half in. That's that. I mean, we've done a good lot. Still a good lot to go. Okay, Avatros. Avatros and Airtight Lumion introduced Lumion Legacy Builds. Shadow evolves from Paratweets at level 2 through, which evolves from Twiddle at level 16. Space Sasser 79, 162, 113. Energy's 80, 68, 63, 565 being its total. It's pure air type. Its abilities are Early Bird, Confidence, Rev Up. Its height is 5'3", its weight is 98. It has no TP yield in this base. It's unknown. It's medium slow XP group, and rally speed is fast. Obtaining method is by evolving Paratweet starting at level 32. The effective is it's weak to Ice, Electric, resists a Bug, Brawler. It's immune to Earth. All moves it does it as Fire. Its normal effectiveness to Fire, Water, Plant, Light, Dark, Air, Metal, Ancient, Spirit, Mind typeless. Its moves are Nosedive, Slash, Accelerate, and Airblade. By rallying, it gets Body Slam, Sharpen, Thunder Crash. Okay. The Thunder Crash, by moving manual, it gets dodged. Using its prior evolution, Pounce, Stare, Peck, Squawk, Stretch Gust, Scavenge, Air Whip, Cyclone Slam, Perch, Space Stunts, already said. Mastery, you need to deal 1000 damage, capture 5, earn 20,000 experience, knock out 15. Characteristics are a large merlumian that has 2 large brown wings and light brown feathers. It wears aviator goggles with an orange beak beneath and has tufted brown feathers above its head. It wears a white scarf and has 2 orange claws. Origin, Albatross, portmanteau prefix avi, meaning aviator, meaning bird, and albatross, a taxon family consisting of large sea birds. Avi may be a hint towards aviator, a pilot, hence the goggles over albatross eyes. Description reads, despite their high speeds, albatross produces no sound when flying. This makes them very formidable predators and rulers of the skies in their territory. Am I the only one who thinks albatross's wings look like pencil shavings? Like the yellowish part. Don't they look like pencil shavings? Or is it just me? Probably is just me. Okay, Awakening. Its ability, Awakening's ability, introducing the meaningless reveals the Shadow's first ability to be revealed, and is a signature ability of all being Illuminate species. In battle, Awakening further increases the power of attacks belonging to the same type of possessor. The boost, known as attack type bonus, it is increased to 50% from the usual 25%, and the restriction is raises your attack type bonus from 25 to 50%. You can Embit, Rabber, Cedar Knight, Triple Reptile, Luminami, Fevine, Felver, Tatab, Eaglet, Torpray, Valkyrie, Vambat, Dimpire, Vesperatu, Snowcub, Snowkey, Himber, Weevil, Stows Up, and Zulong all get it. First it was decreased to 40%, and then it was moved up back to 50%. Okay, finally off of A. Only an hour and a half in. This sucks. Very much sucks. Okay. Also, I need to go for just a second. Okay, I am back. My throat is in a pretty big pain. Okay, let's continue. Vibora is an Earth-type Lumion introduced in Lumion Legacy Veil. The Shadow evolves into Vibora, starting out with 28 space stats are 62, 60, 30, 38, 46, 60, 30. Space stat total is 326. It's Earth-type. Its abilities both Seeker's Resilience. Yeah. Can be found on Route 3 and Route 5 as well. The encounter it's weak to water, plant, ice. It resists toxic. It's immune to electric. Its normal effectiveness against fire, light, dark, air, bug, earth, metal, ancient spirit, brawler. Mine and typeless. It can learn Pounce, Burrow, Chomp, Aim, Quick Pounce, Mud Spatter, Quick Stand, Headbutt, Body Slam, Boulder Blast. By rallying it gets Earthquake, Mega Chomp, and Raging Tackle. By Move Manual, it gets Dodge and Mud Spatter. To get it to master its 20k experience, 5 capture 5, knockout 15, knockout 15 with super move. Its characteristics of Boar, it must be balanced body, 2 ears. Name Bibor is important to a baby, as in pig. It's either or boar, referring to a type of stone and a wild pig, respectively. The Lumipedia entry for boar is the boar are known for digging tunnels. It's thought that some caves in Ruria were dug by boar searching for food. Swarms. Bad poison status ailments. Status ailments. Poison is a non-volatile status ailment that comes in two forms. First form, enormous poison deals 1/8 of Lumia's maximum health as damage per turn. Second form, bad poison reduces 1/16 of Lumia's maximum health at the end of each turn. It's inflicted as the damage increases by 1/16 each turn. When the first applied, whenever damage is taken, the ailment is visually represented by small purple bubbles rising around the affected Lumion. When a Lumion is afflicted with bad poison or chooses to battle, it will instead be afflicted by regular poison. Moves that can apply poison are Double Sting, Foul Chant, Gobble, Graffiti, Muck Blast, Poison Barb, Slime Sting, Toxic Spores, and Toxic Tail. Following moves that can apply bad poison is Poison, Poison Barbs, and Venom Chomp. Abilities, a Lumion with Mystery Toxins has a 10% chance to poison another Lumion with last. Lumion with Toxic Spines has a chance to poison another Lumion that lands a contact move on it. Poison can be cured by Antidote and Mysterious Dust. Lumion moves Wonder Herd and Battle Horn. And the Phoenix Flame when used above 50% energy. Receiving treatment at Lumion Care Facility. For Lumions with the quick recovery ability, retreating toxic type Lumions, those with the immunized ability are unaffected by this ailment. Okay. So I'm probably gonna end the stream around 8 p.m., which is an hour and 20 minutes. So that gave me a good 3 hours of doing. I may start it up later in the night, however. Baffle, the move reduces the target's speed stat by 2 stages and causes the user to switch out. It hits any selected targets. I just got to be... There's way more pages than I thought there would be. Reduces the target speed stat when 2 stages and causes the user to switch out. Yeah, right now. Well, I mean, I am on a couple pages past it. So yeah. The description for this move, each installment, is surprised with unexpected gesture, greatly reducing their speed, and then retreat to allow an ally to take your place. Availability: Pike, Kyogre, Duro, and your snack. Use it by level up. See if I can get to C by then. It's not that far away. I mean, actually, it kind of is. Where will that? Okay. Bait. Bait is type of support move that has +2 priority. The user redirects all attacks made by opposing Lumions to itself. This move has no effect against Lumions. With compliant ability, it tricks your opponents into using their moves on you in a Fable instead of their original target. Kapoing and Hognosh learn it by level up, and Avari, Serlin, Wendelin, and Curlin learn it by rallying. Okay, Bamboozle. Bamboozle is a dark type move, and its Saturday effect is the user tricks the opponent into letting their guard down and then attacks. It's almost guaranteed to hit under normal circumstances. The description for this move in each installment of Lumion Legacy is listed as follows. Tricks your opponent into letting their guard down and then misses. And then then attack when they least expect it. Its attack almost never misses. It's 60 strength, sure hit, 26 energy cost. It's contacting, it hits any selected target. Vambat, Dimpire, Zalio, Joltooth, Mochibi, Totemochi, and Servolin all get it by level up. Bamboozle originally had a move animation, but it was removed due to an error. It was re-added in a later update. A Bane of Haste. Bane of Haste, an ancient type support move, has -7 priority. It hits the entire field. The user casts a spell that lasts 5 turns. This causes the slowest Lumion to move first and the fastest Lumion to move last. The moves with the higher priority will still go first. The description for this move in each installment is as follows. Cast an ancient spell that causes the slowest to move first, quickest to move last 5 turns. Ice School, Pyramid, Waka Waka, and learn it by level up, while Shachi, Zalio, and Joltooth learn it via rallying. It and now lasts for 7 turns instead of 4 after that update, whatever it was. Okay, Baneful. Baneful is an ability introduced in Luminous Fields of Shadow. Damage of the possessor's attacks are increased by 20%. Thank you, Jeremiah Joseph, for subscribing. The damage of the possessor's... I'm kind of tired right now. My throat hurts. So yeah. Damage of the possessor's attacks are increased by 20% when the target is poisoned. Baneful has no attack or effect outside of battle. Deals 20% more damage to opponents which are inflicted with poison. Abilities, it has the secret ability has Gomadimic, Buff, and Blowtox. Barter. Barter is a typeless support move introduced in Luminous Fields of Shadow. It can be the move manual is unlocked after reaching level 61. Users in the target's held items are swapped. Items will be returned after the battle ends. And description is convinced to trade items with you. It hits any selected targets. Support move with 50 energy cost. By move manual, it can be learned by Fevine, Felver, Tatap, Kleptyke, Ragan, Kabunga, Wiki, Chartiki, Chachi, Ice School, Tari, Diaborg, Pike, Skellig, Kyogre, Durogo, Ampul, Amphaton, Metatoad, Swimp, Snapper, Garlash, Mochibi, Totemochi, Moko, Wendolin, Wakalaka, Mutagon, Metronet, Cephalops, and Nimere. Base stats. Oh no. Not another long page again. Okay. The power of each Lumion species is measured by its own Lumion statistics, or stats. Lumions have 7 statistics. Health, energy, melee, attack, defense, range, attack, defense, as well as speed. Health determines the maximum amount of hit points the Lumion can have in battle. HP determines how much damage a Lumion can take, is represented by a green bar. If HP is reduced to half or below, the bar turns yellow, and once it's further decreased to 1/5 or below, it turns red. A Lumion's health can be restored by certain medicine items or by moves such as photosynthesis or rejuvenate during a match. When a Lumion's health reaches 0, it faints and cannot be sent into battle again until it is healed at a Lumion trainer station. Under normal circumstances, a Lumion's health is not automatically restored after being withdrawn or upon the end of battle. It is important for trainers to heal their Lumions after battles by bringing them to Lumion training stations or through use of medicine. Energy determines the maximum amount of energy a Lumion can have in battle. In battle, energy represents the stamina of a Lumion. It determines what moves a Lumion can use during a battle. Using a move depletes energy shown via the purple bar according to the energy cost of that move. If the Lumion does not have enough energy, a certain move the trainer orders the Lumion to use it anyway, that Lumion will flail in exhaustion, dealing the equivalent of a typeless move with 60 strength of melee damage to the target with half of it as recoil, and consume all of its energy if it has any. Its priority is the same as the move it tried to use. In general, stronger moves require more energy. Lumions are completely re-energized after a battle ends, but not when withdrawn during a match. To replenish energy battle, a Lumion has to spend a turn using either wait or rest. Wait recovers 1/3 of its maximum energy without any penalty, while rest refills 2/3 of its maximum energy at the cost of reducing its defenses by 1 stage for that turn, risking taking significant damage if the Lumion rests at the wrong time. Attack influences the damage a Lumion deals when it uses a move. It's split into melee attack and range attack. The corresponding stat is used damage calculation according to the attack category. For example, Stinge is a ranged move, hence it uses the Lumine's ranged attack for calculation, whereas Pounce, being a melee move, calculates the Lumine's melee attack. Approximately speaking, damage is direct proportion to attack, so a Lumine with 100 attack will deal twice as much damage as a Lumine with 50. As the melee attack of many Lumine's species is very different to their ranged attack, turn should ensure they teach the Lumines moves which take advantage of their best stats. Defense. The opposite of attack stats, defense influences the damage a Lumine takes when it's hit by a move. Like attack, defense is also split into melee defense and ranged defense. When a Lumine is hit by a melee move, its melee defense is used in damage calculation. And if it's used by a ranged move, ranged defense is used. Damage is approximately inversely proportional to defense, so a Lumine with 100 defense will take half as much damage as a Lumine with 50. As many Lumines have substantial difference between their melee and ranged defense, trainers should try to use moves which take advantage of their opponent's weakest stats. Speed determines the order that Lumines act in battle. In general, faster Lumine gets to move first in each turn. In battle, Lumines make actions in order of their speed, unless the Lumine uses a move with a higher priority, such as Quick Pounce, or makes an action that is not a move, such as resting. Switching out or using an item, sometimes Lumines can have very similar speed stats, meaning that small differences can change the result of going first or second. Thus, making it common to see trainers investing in a Lumine speed wherever possible. In a situation where multiple Lumines have the same speed stat and move priority order, which goes first, will be randomized. Hello, Raccoon Priest. I'm just reading off every single page of the Lumine Legacy wiki, or as much as possible as I can tonight. There's like more or less like a competition. Well, whoever can record themselves or live stream themselves reading every single page, we'll get like a Gamma Shachi, and I plan on live streaming the majority of it. Probably like end it off around like an hour from now. So yeah. Okay, base stats. Base stats are the same for all Lumines of the same species and are the main factor in how Lumine stats increase as the Lumine levels up. The base stats of a Lumine can roughly be seen on the radar chart in the Lumine's Lumine Watch app as a solid shape in the middle. This chart is impossible to change a Lumine base stats. The Lumines evolving to a different species will adopt the base stats of its new form, which can result in stats going up or down depending on the new base stats. Unique points are randomly generated for a Lumine when it's first encountered and can only be changed by using shards. 2 unique points are equivalent to a single base stat. Unique points range from 0 to 48, and Lumines have a different number of unique points for each stat. The exact number of unique points can only be seen by a player with the advanced stat viewer. Game Pass and unique points are indicated by up to 5 colored stars in each stat under an overview screen of Lumine's Lumine Watch app. Training points or TPs training points or TPs are earned whenever a Lumine earns experience from defeating an enemy or is fed training gummies. 8 training points are equivalent to 1 base stat in calculations, with the exception of energy at level 100. 4 training points are required to increase the stat, not base stat, by 1, while at level 58 are required. Each, yeah, I'm reading it all off. I'm trying to get that Gamma Shachi. Each Lumine can gain up to 200 training points in each stat and cannot get more than 500 in total. The number and these types of training points earned per battle depends on the species of Lumine defeated. See the Lumine's by its base experience TP yield for a list of TP yields or the type of gun used. It is also possible that reset a Lumine's training points to 0 in a given stat by purchasing stat reset items for 10 CP in the Coliseum Marketplace. Similarly to unique points, players without it can get a rough idea using the radar chart and overview screen. You already did the calculations. Stat modifiers. Okay, some moves, most notably support moves such as Sharpen, apply in battle stat modifier to a Lumine that can affect Lumine's melee attack, range attack, melee defense, range defense, or speed stat. Stat modifiers are temporary and will vanish when the Lumion is switched out or the battle ends. They stack up to 6 stages and apply a multiplier to the stat as follows. Attempts to raise or lower a stat further than 6 stages will have no effect, and a move will fail if it does not have any other effects. So, some moves may change stat by more than 1 stage, and the number of stages a move alters because different messages to be displayed. The messages displayed depending on the number of stages are as follows. +3 or more, Lumion stat drastically rose. +2, Lumion stat sharply rose. -1, Lumion stat rose. -1, Lumion stat fell. -2, Lumion stat harshly fell. -3 or less, Lumion stat severely fell. Gallery stats listed in the overview for like the radar chart and then stat viewer. Okay. This is absolute pain. Like, I'm not even like halfway of the first thing. Okay, bash. The user bashes into the opponent. It's tackle the foe. It's a metal type attack with 50 strength, 20 energy, makes contact. To reach Compactor and Scorp get it by level up. Well, Protogun gets it from the move reminder. Battering Ram. Battering Ram is a bug type melee move introduced in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow. The user slams into the foe, which has a chance of blowing the foe's melee defense stat by 1 stage. During damage calculation, the user's melee defense stat will be used in place of its melee attack stat. Description for this move in each installment of Lumion Legacy is listed as follows. Use your armor to slam into the foe. Damage is based on your melee defense rather than attack. Melee or the foe's melee defense. It's melee attack, 90 strength, 50 energy cost. It can be learned by Garbantis in when it's evolved. Yes, I understand, bruh. Like, this is pain. Gumpod and Ventation get it via rallying. Okay, Battle Coliseum. Hopefully this isn't too big. Okay, it's not that big. Battle Coliseum is a facility in Lumion Legacy Veils of Shadow that serves the place players can battle other players. It is accessed via the RTD. It's also where players can get Coliseum points to buy items from the battle shop. It's the east of the traders, or what? How is it east or west? I don't get that. Requests can be sent to any opponent from the player by clicking on their name on the player list, top right drop down menu, or by clicking on their avatar. The player can send as many requests as he or she would wish in order to get a battle. There are many factors which can be selected before sending a request. There are currently 2 available rule sets. Casual. No special conditions are enforced. Rewards for win strings cap out after 3 consecutive wins. It's default mode competitive. Each Lumion player's team must be a unique species, and each team held by players' Lumions must be unique across their team. The level setting is limited to levels 50 and 100. Rewards for win streaks cap out at 5 consecutive wins. Level. In a battle, players can choose whether their Lumions will have their levels changed or not. It can be levels 5, 10, 100, or unchanged. Selecting unchanged will cause the level of the player's Lumions to be the same level as they are in adventure mode. Level 5 and unchanged can only be selected under casual rules. Battles can be fought in single or double battle format. It is important that players know the difference between these modes, as strategies and tactics to play in each battle mode are very different. Single battles, only 1 Lumion from each side is brought out at a time. Each participant can control the number of Lumions they would like to use in the match, but usually both sides bring out the maximum of 5 Lumions to make the match a full battle. Double battle and double battles, 2 Lumions come out from each side. Participants still have control of how many Lumions they would like to use in battle, but the maximum number of Lumions allowed, each side still being 5. For obvious reasons, the players are not allowed to start the match without bringing in at least 2 Lumions. Team preview, the players can decide whether they will be allowed to see the other Lumions before a battle or not. Some players prefer to have team preview off in order to give their opponents an element of surprise or to conceal the strategies. Players must be very wary whether they want to take that chance or not. Points after a victory. Players will earn 1 Coliseum point. Winning multiple battles consecutively will increase player streak by 1 per battle, and the streak number is added as a bonus to the player's winnings per match. Maximum amount of CP that players can earn per match depending on the rules that they're playing under. 3 for casual, 5 for competitive. They will maintain this amount until they lose a match. Rematches between 3 players will not count for CP until 1 hour elapsed, so players must battle new opponents in order to continue their streak. CP can be spent on many goods and services at the Coliseum Marketplace. Okay. I've been streaming for like 2 hours by now. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna end it. I mean, we got like, yeah, 15 subscribers, I think, during this. Yeah, so I'll probably continue this tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow evening too. So what I'm gonna try to do is tomorrow get through all of D. And I'll probably like do one of these like little like columns each day. There's like 9 of them. Yeah, that's quite a lot more. I'm not even like a 10th of the way. I'm probably like the farthest by anyone so far. Not yet. After Thursday, I'll be on summer, so I'll probably be able to do it more then. Which then I'll be able to do it pretty much all day. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in.